Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Weight Loss Center on this sensational Sunday here in Connecticut. Oh my God, is that good? Oh my God, is that good? That's bananas, oranges, grapes, sugar, and a handful of spinach. That is Joel Embiid's salvation. Now, you saw the thumbnail. Joel Embiid needs help. And obviously, a athlete of that magnitude, who the Philadelphia 76ers, he's in the NBA, I'll get to all this in a minute, and one of the greatest players, talent-wise, that ever lived. But he can't reach his potential because of injuries throughout his entire career. Okay? Now, when you get to that magnitude, the Philadelphia 76ers have spent invested hundreds of millions of dollars on this guy. So they have the best health, fitness, whatever regimen money can buy. They can't get this guy in shape. Not one day in his life has he ever been in shape. Okay? Now it's gotten to a point where his body is really, jump cut, little malfunction. Obviously, the best scientific nutritional minds in the world, it's a joke, can't get this guy in shape. During the season, during the off season, now much of it has to do with him. But guys, it's got to a point he's, broken feet and this, that, and the other thing. But now he recently tore his meniscus. Okay? It is the padding between the bone and the joints and ligaments and everything in the knee. And that is a problem. That is a problem because the teeth and that meniscus and a couple other things in the body do not rejuvenate. They just wear down and get thinner and thinner and thinner. Now, when you get to my mother's age in her 80s and 90s and all this sort of stuff, many of those people that are walking around with walkers and all this stuff and in pain have just worn out the meniscus, so it's bone on bone. Now, there are very, very expensive surgeries that some people do where they put collagen and all that sort of crap in that joint. They don't work. They don't work. Now, Joel tore his meniscus. Now, there is nothing left to do but for doctors to go in there and snip it up and, shave it down and all this sort of stuff so there's no abrasions or anything. But he's in trouble. He's in trouble career-wise, and certainly last night it was just horrific to watch. Since he's been back from the surgery, he's played 8 games. He's 7'2". He hasn't dunked once because he's afraid to jump and come down and land on that injured meniscus. Well, he did it in the heat of battle last night, and it gave out on him. He came back and played, but he can't move. This is one of the greatest athletes of this generation. Can't move. He's 7'2". They list him at 285. He's not. He's well over 300 pounds. And guys, the only recourse he has to have a reasonably productive rest of his career, and quite frankly his life, short of a knee replacement down the road, is to take the pressure off of that meniscus. Okay? So yes, when he runs down the court, when he jumps, whatever he does, if there's 250 pounds pressing on that meniscus as opposed to 300 pounds, there's not as much stress on the fiber. All right? That makes sense, right? Well, there's 2 things. And take this to the bank. And these clucks for the 76ers that are supposed to be such experts don't know what they're doing. Now, here's the part where he has something to do with it. He's got to lose weight. He's got to lose weight. That's simple. If he started my regimen, the True Power Sugar Rules diet. Fruits, veggies, their juices, smoothies, starches, pastas, rice, corn, peas. If he started that today, by this time next year, he could be down 75 pounds. He could be down 2.25. He'd look like a different person, but he'd be running like a gazelle. There wouldn't be nearly as much wear and tear on the meniscus, okay? And here's the thing. He could last longer. He could last longer. Now, there's one other part of the diet. This diet would remove all inflammation. So many times, even though he may not tweak or disrupt the meniscus itself through practice or whatever, many times what he eats causes inflammation in the joints, and he may be reacting to what he ate, not necessarily what he did to his meniscus. That happens all the time. Guys with my pictures and everything, oh, my elbow hurts. It wasn't anything you did yesterday with your elbow. No, it's what you ate last night. KFC and burgers and oh, please. It's inflammation. So you get the weight down and you get rid of the inflammation, and he would be a world beater. He'd be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar level. Absolutely. He's got that much talent. Okay? And there's one other thing. The diet would lose the weight, get rid of the inflammation. And guys, every single thing I'm saying for Joel Embiid works for you too. If you're overweight, if your joints hurt, this is what you have to do. Carnivore is not going to help you. Paleo is not going to help you. Okay? But there's one other thing. Okay? His weight is down. Kettlebell is the best exercise you can do for damaged knee joints. The best thing you can do. It's better than lifting weights. There's another thing, riding a bike. It would put no stress whatsoever on his body. So I would get him on the diet today. We would get him on the stationary bike. Okay? 7'2", 300 pounds, driving a bike around the neighborhood. Maybe not the best thing. Get him on the stationary bike for an hour, 2 hours a day. Get the cardio. That would get his weight down immediately. Then all he needs is 20 minutes. 20 minutes on the kettlebell. He could do it first thing when he woke up in the morning. He could do the first thing when he got to the stadium. Do 20 minutes on the kettlebell. Hop on the stationary bike. Read the newspaper. Get on your phone. Play video games. He'd drop 25, 30 pounds immediately. And like I said, this time next year, Philadelphia 76ers win the world championship. He's that good. He's that dominating. But this way, guys, it's not going to work. This way, unless he adapts the true power way of thinking, his career's done. He's on a high protein, high meat diet and look at him, it doesn't work. At some point, you have to say to yourself, guys, this ain't working. I have to do something different. Joel Embiid, this is not a hate video. Quite the opposite. I am in awe of your physical ability. You seem like a really, really nice guy. And I hope the best. I could fix him like that. Anyway, eat and drink your fruits and vegetables. And the world is yours, Chico, and everything in it. Love you all.